Hi, I'm Tom Dorsey. This is June 16th, and this is the India Minute. We want to do these once a week for you. And I always find it interesting when I'm looking at India, when the bullish percent index at the end of May reversed up in India. That is one of our indicators, one of the most important ones I want you to get a handle on. You can read about that in my book. Reversed up, putting the offensive team back on the field. In other words, you've got the soccer ball, you should score. Your index is up about 3% since that point. Now, one of the things that you would have done at that point in time is when the indicator suggested you had possession of the football, you would go into our system, go into the search and sort system, and begin telling it what you wanted to have. And one of the things that you'll see there is technical attributes. Now, technical attributes are a way that I always search. In other words, we look at relative strength versus the overall market. In other words, that would be your India market. We look at relative strength on its chart, whether it's in a column of O's or X's on the India market. We then compare that with the sectors, and we add up the technical attributes, and there are 5 technical attributes. And one of them is included that the stock is in an uptrend, or it's not in an uptrend in one of the 5. So if you have a 5 for 5, you have a positive relative strength chart versus the overall market. You have a trend chart that is in a column of X's on its point and figure relative strength chart. You have a relative strength chart that is on a buy signal versus its sector. That's also in a column of X's on its relative strength chart. And the stock is above the bullish support line, long-term bullish support line. So when you have all 5 of those attributes, really you've got a 5-cylinder car operating on all cylinders. Now, it's probably one of the best ways to search. One of the things that I like to search for is to go into a market, let's say like the Indian market, and I'll look at the Sensex or the Bombay, and I'll ask for, I want stocks that are 3s, 4s, or 5 technical attributes, and increasing, not decreasing. And that tells me things are getting better in that respect. Offensive team is already on the field, so I'm interested in filtering out those stocks that have the best strength. Well, we pulled a few of these up, and here are 4 interesting stocks that you might want to consider. Hero Honda Motors. Now, our symbol is going to be different than yours, I believe. Ours is a very long symbol, like HEROHONDA-IN on our system. You'll be able to see these things on our system, so I'll just mention the name. But Hero Honda Motors looks fantastic. The next one, you have Sun Pharmaceutical Industries, another stock that looks great. I think you can buy that at the market all day. HDFC Bank Limited, very, very strong uptrend. And lastly, number 4 is the Alpha Laval India Limited. Very nice looking chart, something I could put into a portfolio also. One of the things that I did, though, is I went into a search and sort, and I just kind of clicked everything positive that you could find, and then said, go find it in the India market. And one of the interesting stocks that I came up with was Rajasthan Bank Limited, and that kind of hit home because in January we'll be in India in a charity water rickshaw run from northern India, Rajasthan, down to Cochin. So it's going to be very, very fun. I'll get a chance to meet some of the most incredible Indian people you can possibly imagine. But I'll also be in Mumbai too. So if when I go to Mumbai and I'm giving a talk there, I want you all to be sure to attend. So that's our India Minute for this week. We'll be back on next week with more.
And so you can compare. So what we